Why do I always cut the top of my head out of my videos? Let's get the whole Jess in there. So, welcome back to my channel. I am Jess. I am the founder and creator of things and all the other things at Stark Skincare, an indie brand in the green beauty industry. Creating high quality, super fun, and just lovely to use products that are affordable. So it's kind of warm in here and I'm still wearing my giant sweater because I love my giant sweater, and I realize that my days are now numbered with it because summer is a-coming and I won't be able to be wrapped up in this cozy cat-like cocoon. Today is day, I don't know if you can hear that chainsaw outside. Why is someone chainsawing? Today we're going to be doing the, are you kidding me? Second installment of the Beauty Book Club, where we are discussing probably the most important book, I think, that I've ever read about beauty, and it is called Beauty Sick. How the Cultural Obsession with Appearance Hurts Girls and Women by Renee Engeln. Engeln? Hope I'm saying her name right. Engeln. This is an incredibly important book to be reading because if you are here on my channel, chances are you have a certain obsession with beauty products and are preoccupied with your appearance, at least to a certain degree. You gotta admit it, and therefore this is definitely worth a read. If you are the parent of a girl, you need to be reading this. No, this is not a gender-specific problem, but let's be real, it's going to affect most women and only some men. Beauty Sick is incredibly powerful. It's sad. You're going to recognize yourself in the interviews within this book. Renee Engeln, she decided to write this book because whenever she was a graduate student and she had her own class, and I don't remember what she was teaching at the time, but she's in sociology or anthropology, and she had decided to switch her concentration because in speaking to her students, she realized how incredibly preoccupied her female students were in their appearances, to the point where, you know, half of their brain power was going towards dietary choices and hairstyles and, you know, buying makeup over their actual studies. And I mean, I know I've been there. It is definitely something that we are not immune to. Even in green beauty, you know, we try to have a far more holistic approach to our definitions of beauty and, you know, beauty products and beauty rituals, and we try to make it far more about self-love and self-care and taking the time to take good care of yourself, which for sure I am all for that. But what kind of a stinking liar would we be if we said that we didn't care about results? We do. And what results do we want? We want to look better. We want to look healthier, and we want to look, you know, more youthful. I mean, you know, that's just the truth. And, you know, she discusses in here how she's not demonizing beauty itself. Beauty and the search for it and the obsession with it is so incredibly human and normal and natural. But it's the way culture and our society has completely warped the female brain into not understanding what that even means anymore. So that our ideals are so warped. Even when, you know, she's saying how even when women, when we know, and I mean, like, I think this would go for 99.7% of us, we're looking at an image of a model in a magazine. We know that that is not real. We know that this model represents 1% of the population. You know, 0.1 people weigh 100 pounds and are 6'4", have those particular features. Plus there's Photoshop, plus this person has, you know, a makeup team and a hair team. If you've ever been on a photo shoot, you know how much work goes into creating a single shot. If you've ever taken a selfie, you know that you're not going to get a great one on the first shot. The light matters, your makeup matters, the angle matters, knowing what the hell you're doing in front of a camera matters, the camera person matters, your clothing, hair, everything, everything, everything. So we look at these shots of a model and we know that that's not real. We know that. And yet we're still like, yeah, but I want to look like her. You know, I want my makeup to look like that. I want my hair to look like that. And those are that's just within the things that we have a little bit more control over. But when it comes to, you know, I want my ribs to stick out like that. I want my hip bones to stick out like that. Yeah, I mean, despite knowing that images are altered, that social media is so contrived and altered, that Photoshop exists, and that like eating disorders can come out of all of this, and like that body dysmorphia is a real thing. Despite women knowing all of these things, we still fall in the trap of, yeah, but I still want to look like that, you know? Yeah, this overexposure has completely warped our sense of what is normal, and that's really hard actually to sort of like wrap your head around, because we can say that, but you really have to understand that our expectations can just be really, really out of whack. You know, our expectations for ourselves are what we think other people should expect from us. I think a really important takeaway that I got from this book is just to watch your language, around yourself, to build a language that has more compassion, to not overexpose yourself to images that make you feel like crap. If you're following Instagram accounts, and it's supposed to be for health, like you really need to be careful with the health and wellness industry. That's supposed to be inspiring images and, you know, yoga, let's say like beach yoga or something like that. And you're not seeing a diversity of body types being represented, a diversity of, you know, looks, beauty ideals, races and gender and all of that. If you're just not being represented at all in the images, and then this is what you think you need to strive for, then your brain is being manipulated by that. And you can tell yourself, no, it's fine. I'm just gazing at beauty. Well, you do need to be careful. You guys, I just had to pop back in here to mention that one of the important parts that I forgot to talk about, or just like an important point that I forgot to mention, is that she feels like far too much, not just like brain power, but that resources are going towards women's obsession with beauty. So that's another reason why I think it's really important that you know, support brands that you can afford. There's just this huge propensity in the green beauty sphere to create products that are crazy expensive, like $300 things, and I don't think that that's okay, to be honest. I just don't. I mean, is it really necessary to be using products of that caliber that, you know, merit that kind of price tag? I personally don't think so. And if, you know, if a brand does think that that's that needs to exist in the world, then why aren't they doing everything that they can to sort of drop those prices? So, you know, that is one of the reasons why I'm direct to consumer. Okay, just have to pop in there and say this. We need to watch our language around young girls. I think that many of us have been influenced by the women in our lives, the older women in our lives, as children, and how they spoke about themselves. So don't put yourself down in front of your young daughter or son. Don't, you know, ask her if, you know, your jeans make you look fat, because it's not about you. It's about her, and it's about how she's forming opinions and, you know, learning about what the world values, and she's learning that through your eyes. So, yeah, if you guys watched This Is Us, I mean, how much Kate's mind was sort of, you know, molded by her mother, and her mother trying, you know, to just be like helpful with dietary advice. And it's so hard. Like, I get it. I'm a parent, and using appropriate language, not just swearing, not swearing, but using the appropriate language towards our children. It can be just really, really a challenge. I don't sound preachy, but just, you know, be mindful of the types of language that we use around little girls, like not over complimenting them about their appearances. You know, tell her that she's brave, tell her that she's smart, tell her that she's clever or creative and stuff like that, you know? Don't just say that she's a pretty princess. She's so much more than that, you know? And it's okay to be pretty, but like that should be, you know, 5% of a woman's worth or a girl's worth. My stepsister, who is like abnormally pretty, she was told her whole life how beautiful she is, and I used to always be really jealous of that because, you know, I would get compliments like I'm clever and I'm funny and I'm smart and I'm really good at school and oh, and I'm also cute, you know, but she would get like, wow, like she's stunning. And even though that made me jealous, I didn't realize that she was super jealous of what people used to say about me, that, you know, she's like, you were described as more of like a complete package than me. I was, you know, she's like, I felt very like one-dimensional. So, I didn't really realize that until like, you know, way into our teens that like would be damaging to her. And it is damaging. And yeah, so, it's just, you know, society and these images that we are fed is one thing, but it's like, we need to be so careful in like what we do have control over. So anyways, I don't know if I even like really went into a book review here, but Beauty Sick is just very, very important to read. You know, she's a woman who teaches a class called The Psychology of Beauty, and I'm like halfway through the book, to be honest. I haven't read the whole thing yet, so maybe I'll come back when I have finished the whole thing and, yeah, just tell you like maybe a few more takeaways about it, and maybe just some of the anecdotes that I feel have really resonated with me. And so like one part that I think is really important is just about, you know, finding a balance. And I think that's really important. Like if you are here on my channel, it's very important for us to find that balance, because it's okay to like beauty products. It's, you know, there's a side to loving beauty products that is just about like self-care and indulgence, and I mean, maintaining the health of a vitally important organ of your body. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like exercising, you know, but like exercising to be strong, to help empower this like vehicle that like takes you through life, you know. There's a difference between that and just being like, gotta be skinny, gotta be skinny, gotta be skinny. It's the same with beauty products, you know. There's taking care of yourself. There's like taking care, you know, of your mind, or the psychology of like de-stressing at the end of the day, of waking up and like starting your day on the right foot by like washing your face with your favorite cleanser and moisturizing. And like to a lot of us, this is important. And like putting on makeup, there's a difference between like trying to hide your face from the world and like telling yourself you look like a monster without makeup, or like wanting to accentuate things about your face, you know. Like you guys know, like I show up here without makeup, and then I also show up here with makeup. And like, I love the fact that, you know, I discovered how to use like a pencil, what's it called? Eyebrow pencil. And like now I can have like bigger eyebrows, and I find that super fun. And like, cause like I move them all the time, right? So it's like part of me, being expressive, or like wearing a bright lip. Like that's why I feel like I like makeup, like colorful makeup, more than I can appreciate something like concealer. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like I prefer that we're highlighting and like making stuff visible rather than trying to hide under layers of foundation and concealer. At least in like an ideal kind of way, although that's not necessarily what I actually do in practice, but you know, just as a philosophy. And yeah, and just finding that line where your beauty rituals no longer empower you, you know. So I hope that as a brand, like that my products feel like they are products that empower you, that you can just really enjoy, to just sort of get in touch with yourself, to de-stress, to just take good care of this lovely organ that's so useful and kind. It's a kind organ. You know, but like sense of touch is so important, and you know, that it's not just about like anti-aging and, you know, correcting, and just that it, you know, that I hope that Stark Skincare like helps you be a better you, not necessarily just prettier. Do you know what I mean? But I think you're beautiful. Okay, so go read Beauty Sick, and then let's reconvene in a few weeks about it. How about that? Okay? So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed. Hope this wasn't too vague and rambly. Please subscribe if you haven't already, please. And I will see you guys next week. Bye!